so we have NVDA on the 5-minute, and I'll try to go quickly. It's margarita time where I'm at. I don't know about you. So here we see marked out 5-minute chart, pre-market high, pre-market low, pretty tight range pre-market, and then I have the prior day high, prior day low in gray. So I'm just trying to avoid trading the open, way too choppy, way too volatile. We end up getting the opening range break to the upside. I just avoided it. Nice little pullback. It hits 974, and I'm just hovering over the buy button. But I just see how much gas is still in this thing to rip to 1,000. I mean, I think we'll get there eventually, but I mean, it has just been on such a tear. So I wanted to wait and just see how strong or weak the stock was. And you can see we sold off. Now we're back within the pre-market range. And in this candle right here, look at this candle. I mean, it was a massive rejection. We break below the pre-market low, and now we are off to the races. And people are selling. There's some panicking, I mean, a mix of everything. And so I ended up entering right here. I wasn't able to take advantage of this initial breakdown, and so it ended up pulling back, and then I got in on this candle here. See how we're wicking? These two wicks right here, and even this one is a cause for heartburn because it doesn't look like much when we're looking at it backwards, but when you're in the trade, when you have a stock like NVIDIA with the whole market focused on it and the premiums where they are, this is an incredible movement. And not just the 0 DTEs, but the next week's expiration as well. These wicks are painful, even though when you're out of the trade, it's like, yeah, look at the trend. I mean, we're below. We didn't even test the 9 EMA on the way down on the 5-minute. VWAP's so far gone. Like, we left that in the dust. The 20s, like, so what's the stress, Chris? What's the problem? Well, there's a difference between trading in a simulator or trading retroactively and then being in the trade. When you have real money at risk in these dollars that you worked hard for, or evaporating, but the profits that you thought you had and are feeling pretty good about are proving to be illusory. So anyway, scalped it, ended up banking the profit. I don't remember my exact exit, but it was within this range right here. And obviously we had a nice bull candle, hammer candle, and then it tried to reclaim the 9 EMA and it just failed. And it's just been kind of bottom feeding here for the rest of the trading session. I imagine all the juice is out of this, and we'll see what happens after market. If anything, probably not. It is the weekend, and then Monday we're like wipe it clean, hit the reset button, and we'll see what happens. So I think here's a lesson. I didn't trade it perfectly, and I know I said I checked a lot of the right boxes, and so I've been patting myself on the back a little bit. But one thing I still have a problem with is bias. I just have a long bias on this stock subconsciously. And I think this is, actually, I just thought of this. This might be not a problem, but an issue of owning a stock long-term in a long-term account or an IRA account, or maybe you're swing trading it. And so now you're in a day trade or a scalp trade situation, which you think you should be neutral. I have no bias. Well, do you? Are you sure? So because of that bias, I'm just not as quick to react to these sell-offs, to these breakdowns. If this had been a green candle, taking out the prior or the pre-market high and certainly the intraday high, I'm all over it. I'm buying calls. Who knows? Maybe I'm adding to my position on the shares, but I am a tenth as fast on the other side of the trade because of that bias. At least I'm aware of it, so that's good. But you want to be that tennis player with the forehand and the backhand, and it's in my rules. I've got it in my trading guide, which you can see on the Discord. It's one thing to write it down. It's one thing to say it's part of your plan, and it's another thing to actually execute on. It's always a good day when you can bank some profits on a very volatile stock like this on a very short-term basis, trading options, but always room for improvement. So that's NVIDIA. What else do you want to see? Meta. I mean, these all traded kind of in sympathy today, and you just same idea. We had what looked to be some strength early in the morning, and then sell off. Ended up just going all below the moving averages, and then again we had some downward wicks on Meta. This would have been difficult to trade, but I can only, I don't remember how many screens you have. I'm trading from a laptop at the moment, but even if I had 19 screens, as one person, if I'm in something so violent as NVIDIA with the option premiums going all over the place, like whatever Meta's doing is something I'll look at when I'm all done. AMD, here's the AMD, which look at this. Right off the open, bam, look at that strength. A lot of money could be made here. Should have been made here, could have been made here, but wasn't. That's fine. You had this nice little pullback here and then a continuation on a very strong, look at the volume on this green candle. And it just rips to the upside and it goes to 227. And then like the other two, down we go. Down we go. That's interesting. This volatility is a good thing. I mean, you can make some bank if you have discipline. You can also get wrecked if you don't. So it works both ways. What else did I want to show? Oh, let's just go back to NVIDIA to close out this recap. Look at this. I think I said yesterday that, I think it was 2 days ago, NVIDIA had an 18 or 20 point intraday range, and I'm all excited about, it's so tradable. Like, how can I just invest in it when it's giving me this volatility? 100 points, almost, right? 100 point swing in one day, 974. This is one day. This is today. This is Friday. Down to 865. This is insane for a company with a market capitalization like NVIDIA. So it's exciting. The market is always presenting opportunities if you're ready for them, if you're prepared for them. So study up, keep looking at your charts, take a break, go for a walk, have a great weekend, and we'll see you all back here on Monday.